guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen, this is Bookmarked by Jen, and I'm really excited because today we're going to talk about new releases. Alright, as I mentioned, yes, I'm really excited because I'm talking about new releases. Do I always get to new releases when they're released? No, but I always like having them on my radar, so I thought maybe you would as well. And I have been kind of doing this quarterly, or at least it is something that I want to do. So today we are going to talk about new releases for the remainder of the year, so from now September through December. I will say though, I couldn't find a lot that's coming out in December. I think I only have like one book for December. I mean, I'm sure that there are going to be more books that have come out in December. I can't find any. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong places. Let me know where you look for new releases. I look in many different places. But anyway, my point is I'm sure that there is going to be multiple books that are coming out in December, and I don't know if that would warrant an entire video, but I will probably post that like on my Instagram or something like that. So shameless plug, if you're not already following me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram because I have been a little bit more present there as of late. But I really need to stop talking and start talking about these books because I have over 20, which means I'm not going to be going into too much detail about what each book is about, but I will tell you like roughly, right, like the tropes or whatnot. And also I do want to mention that these are not just all the books that are coming out. These are books that have captured my attention, or books that are on my radar. Some of them are authors that I know and love. Some of them are authors that I've never read before. Some of them are even authors that like have never been on my radar, but the book sounded good. So these are books that are interesting to me and I thought might be interesting to you guys. So without further ado, let's get into the new releases. First up, I have a couple books here that are already released, but I wanted to make sure that I gathered everything from September that interested me. And first up, I have Fly With Me by Andie Burke. This came out on September 5th. This is a fake dating, found family. There's really good banter, steamy opposites attract. It sounds like it could be a fun contemporary romance when I'm in the mood for such things. Next up, we have Say My Name by Ashley James. This came out on September 6th. This is a male-male romance, hate to love, forced proximity. There's praise and degradation, and a little bit of BDSM as well. This looks really good. Like I'm really intrigued by this one. Next up, I have, and I'm really excited about this one, The Canary Cowards by Jessie Hall. I recently just read a Jessie Hall book, my first Jessie Hall book. It was Hawk. I talked about it in my August wrap-up and absolutely fell in love with her writing, with the characters, with just everything. And I wanted to like devour everything that she has, so of course I'm going to be putting a new release on here. The Canary Cowards, did I say it comes out on September 10th? This is a sports romance, enemies to lovers, forced proximity, strong female MC, and there's an autism rep. It's got so many things. I love enemies to lovers. I absolutely adore a strong heroine. What did I say? Forced proximity, and I love the fact that it's got an autism rep. I'm here for it. Next up, we have Salt Kiss by Simone. This comes out on September 12th. This is, I couldn't find a lot about this. It looks that it might be like a MFM romance, like a Tristan and Isolde retelling-ish, kind of. I don't know. Here is the thing about this one. I might catch some flack for this, but reading is subjective. It's all about the love here. I'm not so sure about Simone. I liked the writing of the one book that I've read. I didn't connect with the characters, and I just haven't felt compelled to move on. This sounded like maybe I could give it a chance, so I put it on here. But I'm not jumping to read it, if that makes sense. But I'm putting it on my radar. So we're going to move on to The Summer I Saved You by Elizabeth O'Rourke. This comes out on my birthday, September 14th. This is a single-parent romance, angsty, grumpy sunshine, neighbors, so forced proximity. It's Elizabeth O'Rourke. I have really gravitated towards her writing when I want a little bit of a palate cleanser, but I want something emotional as well. The same with Julie Ann. Like, both of them, when I want something gritty and emotional, I gravitate towards them. So of course I had to put this on here. Next up, we have Hate to Love You by Charly and Nicole. This comes out on September 15th. So this is an enemies to lovers. It's a mafia romance, close proximity, workplace romance, serial killer, touch her and die, and vigilante justice. You had me with enemies to lovers. You had me with mafia romance. I'm always looking for a good mafia romance. Yes. The Rush by Rae Stone. September 23rd is its release date. This is a rock star romance. He falls first. Who did this to you? And hurt comfort. Rock star romance. I mean, of course, I had to put a rock star romance in here. Like, I need mafia. I need age gap. I need forbidden. I need rock star. Like, these are certain tropes that I need in my book. So, yes, we have it. The next one I am really, really excited for. It's definitely always going to be on my radar. And this is Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. I know, you're saying, wait a minute, that already came out. Well, yes, it did. But this is coming out with bonus content. And I'm here for that. When Penelope Douglas says they're putting out new content of one of my favorite books, I'm here for it. So this comes out on September 26th. It's new content from Jordan and Pike. I'm sold. Moving on. We have Fall Into You by J.T. Geissinger. This comes out on September 28th. So this is the second book in the Morally Gray series. This is Cole McCord's story. That's really all I got for you. I read the first book. I enjoyed the first book. I want to move on. It's on my radar. So now we're moving into October. We have The Stars Are On Our Side by Jennifer Hartmann. So this is an interconnected standalone in the Still Beating Lotus, June 1st, am I missing one? Universe. This one I am really excited about, but I'm also weirdly nervous. I'm not quite for sure why. But this is Tabitha's story. We met her in Still Beating. We saw a little bit of her in, I think it was Lotus as well. And her character has kind of stuck with me, even though she wasn't a big character arc, but there was enough of her that I was intrigued by her. So to be able to get a little bit more of her story, I'm really excited about. She was a victim of the matchmaker before Dean and Cora met him. If you know, you know. Moving on to, you guys, Tell Me What You Want by Lucia Franco. It's finally coming October the 3rd. Forced proximity, brother's best friend, age gap, cam girl, hero is an ex-con. There is light on the angst, which is oddly very weird for Lucia Franco. And, of course, it's Lucia Franco, so we know that, like, the steam is going to hit quite good. Very, very excited about this one. October 3rd. I think I've already mentioned that. I'm excited. Next up, we have a new book by Marni, Mann. It is Mr. Hookup. It comes out as well on October 3rd. This centers around a dating app that is geared towards one-night stands, but I think it's like a higher-end app, maybe. Let's see. There is workplace romance, forced proximity as well. It's a billionaire romance, and there's a second chance as well. Next, we have Caught Up by Liz Tomforde on October the 10th. So this is the third book, I think, in that universe. I have not read any of these. I know. I will get to it at some point, I swear. I will. So this is a single dad / nanny, one bed, wild child, female, male character, rigid, grumpy sunshine, male character, sports romance, and apparently she's the coach's daughter. So, exciting. Next up, actually, the next couple ones I'm really excited about as well, right up there with Lucia's new book. We have Madam by Sara Cate. It comes out October 12th. It's Eden's story. Hell yes. I am beyond excited about this one. You've got your professional Madam. We've met her in every single book, and she just intrigued me, especially in Highest Bidder with Ronan and Daisy. You got a little bit more of Eden because her and Ronan are best friends, so you got a little bit of what she dealt with in her past, and it looks like she had a bit of a darker past. So I'm really excited about this. From what I can gather so far, it looks like this might be a threesome of sorts. So we're in that world again. I'm excited. Okay, moving on to the next one that I know so many people are excited about, just like me, and that is the next installment in the Chestnut Spring series. It is Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This comes out on October 13th, and this is Beau's story, our last eaten boy. It's kind of sad, like, is this going to be the end of the series? But I know a lot of us have been anticipating Beau's story, and I'm really excited for this one. So this one is another, like, hell yes. We've got an age gap, tortured hero, fake fiance, forced proximity, he falls first, and of course, one of my favorite characters, we get more Harvey. His one-liners, his zingers, his sexual innuendo is like, I live for it. I love it. So, yes, on to our next one, which is Christmas Presents by Unger. This comes out on October 24th. This is a thriller. It's about a true crime podcaster who opens up a cold case, I guess, on her podcast. It's said to be super suspenseful, but it's also a novella, which is right up my alley. Here is the thing. When I was in my thriller suspense days, I read a lot of Unger, and I really enjoyed her writing. So I am kind of excited about this one to kind of switch gears for a second and maybe read something that goes back to my good old thriller days. We have another one that is a must-read, a definite going to get read as soon as possible, and that is Silent Lies by Neva Altaj. This one comes out on October 27th. It's in that same perfectly imperfect setting. So your mafia, your age gap, it's an arranged marriage. This is Asia. We met her in Fractured Souls, which was one of my favorites. This is Asia's twin sister, Sienna and Drago. We met him in Burn Dreams. Isn't that what it's called? The last one. We met him there. He's I think this is going to be a hot one. I definitely do. And I mean, I've loved every single one of these books, so it is a must. It is a must. All right, moving on, and we are in November now. So we've got All the Little Raindrops by Sheridan, November 1st. This is a trauma bonding story, so I'm going to go ahead and say now, maybe check your trigger warnings. So what I could gather was this is about two teenagers who get kidnapped. They survive by working together. I think that they were supposed to be enemies, but they decided to work together. They get out of the predicament that they're in, and now they're grown up, and I think our male hero is like a private investigator or something, and he wants to investigate the comings and goings of their kidnapping, so he recruits the female heroine to help him, I think. And they're going to solve their case. I don't know. That's what I could find. It sounded interesting. I like Sheridan's writing. There it is. Next on my list, and we are coming to the end of my list, so bear with me here. Next up, though, we have Because of Her by Julie Ann. I just talked about her a few books ago. This comes out on November 2nd. So this is a romantic suspense. Already, I'm intrigued when Julie Ann is putting out a book, but then to see that she's putting out a romantic suspense, my romantic spidey senses start tingling. I don't even know. We're going to move on. Anyway, age gap, alpha hero, escaping a killer, forced proximity, grumpy sunshine, protector, revenge, single dad. There is a lot going on here, but I'm here for it. And I love the way Julie Ann weaves a story, so yes. Next, I have Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros, November 7th. I put this on here because it's the second book in the Empyrean series, the Fourth Wing, I believe it is. Listen, I haven't read this book. It's so hyped up that I don't want to read it. I put this on here because I at some point do. I'm not itching to run out and grab it. Here's the thing, and I think I've talked about this before, but like when something is this hyped up, and especially when it's a new to me author, I get scared. I will read it at some point. It's too hyped for me at the moment. But I'll get to it. I will. So I put this on here to remind me, hey, we might want to read the first book if you want to read the second book. Next up is Plot Twist by Erin LaRosa. This comes out on November 14th. It is a friends to lovers and a best friend's brother. Okay. And then our last book today that we're going to talk about is Lose You to Find Me by B. Celeste. This comes out on December 12th. This is book 3 in the Linden New series. This is a new adult romance. It's set in college. It's a sports romance, broken hero, second chance romance. And that is going to do it for my really long list of anticipated releases for the remainder of 2023. That is a mouthful. The funny thing is like, how many of these will I get to before the end of the year? Definitely not all of them, but I can tell you that I will get to Madam. I can tell you that I will get to Hopeless. I will get to Silent Lies. I will get to the Canary Cowards. Probably the Jennifer Hartmann. Probably the Elizabeth O'Rourke. Maybe the Julie Ann. Maybe. You know, the way that I look at it is like progress. Tiny steps, you know? But that is going to do it for this list. Again, I wanted to give you books that like I'm interested in. Hopefully you're interested in them as well. Let me know down below what new releases you're excited for the remainder of 2023, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe before you leave, and until next time, happy reading. Bye.